we've got some more Crockpot recipes. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 2 new to me Crockpot recipes. I found both of these through bloggers, so I will have both of the recipes linked down below so y'all can see the full measurements and the full recipe and everything. Y'all, both of these were super delicious, and I cannot wait to share them. Let's go ahead and get cooking. We're going to start out with chicken Alfredo. Y'all, I was super excited about this one when I seen it. I knew I had to try it. I love chicken Alfredo, and the fact that I can add everything in and have a delicious, creamy Alfredo was just super exciting to me than to have to stand over the stove and make it homemade. So I've got like 5 or 6 chicken thighs there. I did sear them on the stove for a little bit just to give them some color and to lock in that flavor. That is optional. And then I put them in the crock pot, and then now I'm adding in some heavy cream, and I'm also adding in some water and some chicken bouillon. If you don't have chicken bouillon, then just use chicken broth. I always normally use water and chicken bouillon because that's just what I keep on hand. And then now I'm just going to season it up, and then we are going to put on a block of cream cheese. Just sit it right on top of there, cover it, and let it cook on low for about 4 hours. I love using chicken thighs in the crock pot because it takes no time for them to cook. I put this on about lunchtime, and we had a delicious supper by the end of the night. Now that the chicken is done, we are going to go ahead and shred it up. Now, the recipe says to take it out of the crock pot and shred it. I didn't. I just did it in the crock pot. Y'all know me. If I don't have to dirty up more dishes, I am not going to. And so I did it in the crock pot, and then I did veer off the recipe a little bit. Here, this next step, y'all will see me adding in some spinach. That's not in the recipe, but of course, it's optional. Of course, you can, it's your kitchen, your rules. You add what you want and change up the recipes. And to me, the spinach just sounded good, so I added in some spinach, and then I just covered it and let that wilt down for about 30 minutes while I was cooking up the pasta. Now that the pasta is cooked and the spinach is wilted down, we're going to go ahead and add the pasta right in the crock pot. Now we're going to add in some cheese, give everything a good mix. I would recommend letting it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes with the lid off. That's going to help just kind of let that Alfredo finish thickening up with adding in that cheese and adding in that pasta and just letting everything marry together. Here's what it looks like when it is done. Y'all, I'm telling you, this was so good. I loved that I had a homemade Alfredo ready to go by the end of the night, and I could do it all in the crock pot. This was a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend. Next up is Crockpot Sloppy Joes. Now, y'all know I have shared several Sloppy Joe recipes, and I was trying to find a copycat recipe for Mandwich, and this is what it said online. It said it was a copycat recipe for Mandwich, but they called it a BBQ Sloppy Joe. So I was super excited about it, but after we tasted it, we personally didn't think it tasted like Mandwich, the can of Mandwich, but it was really good, and so it's definitely worth sharing. It literally like I said, they called it a BBQ Sloppy Joe, and that's exactly what it was. We just didn't think it tasted like manwich, but this is definitely worth sharing because it was really, really good. So of course, you're just going to need your seasonings. You're also going to need some tomato sauce. You're going to need some barbecue sauce. I'm using what I had left in the fridge, which was a great way to use some of that up and clear out some fridge space. You also need some salt, and you need some mustard. I'm going to go ahead and start cooking up my ground beef. I'm going to cook up some peppers and onions. That was not in the recipe. That's just what we like to add. And then once that is cooked down, I'm going to put that in the crock pot. While the meat is cooking up, I'm going to go ahead and mix together the sauce mixture. I'm just going to add everything in like I showed at the beginning. It did say to blend it, but I really didn't think it needed it. I just stirred it all together and it did perfectly fine. Don't forget, I will have this recipe linked down below. It was really good and we will definitely be making it again. Now that the meat is cooked and drained, I'm going to go ahead and add it into the crock pot. Then we are going to add in the sauce, give everything a stir, put the lid on it, and let it cook on low for about 4 hours. I was home this day, so I was able to stir it every hour or so. And here's what it looks like when it was all done. This was so good. My whole family enjoyed it. We will definitely be making it again. And it was nice, like, you know, still making something that my family enjoys, but kind of changing up the recipe and trying something new. And that's it, guys. That wraps up today's video. I really hope you enjoyed these 2 new to me crockpot recipes. I hope this gives you guys some new meal inspiration to feed your family, and doing it in the crockpot makes it super easy. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.